This tutorial is a Microsoft Excel beginner's training course. The training is good for all those with little or no Microsoft Excel background. It is also good for advanced users that want to refresh and update their knowledge in Excel. We start by opening Excel homepage. Format cells, column and row modification, add borders, create personal Excel templates, spelling checks, insert watermark, header and footer, wrap texts, line break, enter current date and time, separate date and time, find and replace, create Excel table, copy and paste entire worksheet, functions and formula, insert symbols, currency symbols, shortcuts and much more. First, we start with opening up your Microsoft Excel. There are 3 methods you can use to open up the Microsoft Excel. This is in no specific order. First is through the Excel icon on your desktop. That is if a shortcut was created for Excel. You can also open the Excel from the Excel icon on your taskbar if you pin it to the taskbar. You can as well open the Excel from the search button. Just type in Excel and it will show here. Click on the icon to open it up. When you open your Microsoft Excel for the first time, this is the page you will see. It is called Microsoft Excel homepage. Here Excel will give you the option of choosing from many pre-made templates provided for you, and also you have the choice to simply use the blank template. Here are the pre-made templates. All you have to do is click on any of them to open up, then you customize it to your choice. Here, we have billing statement template, expense report template. We also have the loan amortization template. You can see the monthly budget template, and much more. These are all Excel pre-made template. All you have to do is just open it up, customize and use. From online, you even have access to more templates from Excel. Click here and search for what you want, and if you see it, click on it. And a copy of it will be added to your Excel homepage as a spreadsheet you can use anytime you want without going online again. Just open up the template and start making your own dynamical changes. After this tutorial, please take advantage and explore Excel the more. Having said all these, it will profit us more to start with the blank template. I click on the blank template to open the worksheet. Now having opened up the blank template, let us explore the different layouts that exist in Excel. So, we have to pay close attention to know their names and their uses. Across the top here, we have some tabs. We have the Home tab, Insert tab, Page Layout tab, etc. Every tab is very important in our work with Excel. Once you click on any tab, it will open up its ribbon. Here is the ribbon for Home tab. Here is the ribbon for Insert tab. As I click the Page Layout tab, it displays the Page Layout ribbon. The ribbons are divided into groups and the groups are separated with these vertical lines. These are some of the necessary foundation you should have in Excel. That is, from the tabs you get to ribbon, each tab has its own ribbon, each ribbon is divided into groups. Also, you notice that at the corner of some of the groups you have this little arrow. This arrow, I call it More Function Launch button. The work of this arrow is to launch other functions that are part of the group, which cannot fit in the space provided in the ribbon. Now we go to Home tab. We notice that Clipboard group have the launch button, Font group have the button, Alignment group also have the launch button. But when we take a look at Style group, we notice that it does not have a launch button, Cells group don't have one and Editing group also don't have a launch group. When you click the launch button, you have access to additional functions within the group. I click here. Now we can see the launch button for Alignment group has opened up more functions for us to use, if the need arises. Now let's get to the spreadsheet proper. This is the spreadsheet. This open space with boxes is the spreadsheet. It is also called worksheet. It is made up cells, rows, and columns. These boxes are called cells. Here we have column A, column B, column C. If you keep going to the right, as you get to column Z, we continue with column AA. We have the rows. It began with row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, and so on. The spreadsheet is made up columns and rows. Where there is intersection, it is called a cell. So, columns and rows equals cells. This box is a cell. This cell is called D5. Maybe you are imagining how the name comes. It is the intersection of the column and row. It means column D, row 5. This cell is B9, and this one is N12. For now, you may not understand the importance and uses of the cells and their names. But as we continue, you will know that without cells and their names, there will be no spreadsheet, and without spreadsheet, there will be no Excel. It is with each cell's name you describe the cell and connect to the cell. And it is with the names that Excel connect to the worksheet to perform perfectly with the content of each cell. Also, note that you can insert or delete any cell, column, or row. Apart from the columns, rows, cells, tabs, and ribbons, there is another part of Excel you need to understand. It is called the range. A range is a cluster of cells that are grouped together to perform certain function or functions. When you click, hold and drag over a certain number of cells, they become highlighted and the highlighted area becomes a range. A range could be this, or it could be this, or it could as well be this. Depending on your immediate needs. Also, all ranges have names, just like the cells. You name the range from the upper left to the lower right. For example, this one is F4 through to M8. This one is D4 through to H15. Just begin with the left cell and end with the lower right cell. In this case, this one is J4 through to J14. And this one is B5 through to J5. So far, we have learnt about the templates. We have also learnt about the tabs, the ribbons, the groups, more function launch button. We have also talked about the columns, the rows, cells, and ranges. Now let us learn how to add another worksheet to this one. By programming, Microsoft provided a worksheet, which is this one, but that notwithstanding, you can add any number of worksheets you want by clicking the plus button. Now we have Sheet 2, Sheet 3, 4, and 5. Just keep clicking this button to add a worksheet when the need arises. All the sheets added together is known as workbook or worksheets. You can also have as many workbooks as you want. Just by clicking this Excel icon, a new workbook will be opened. You can delete any worksheet or rename it. By right-clicking here, you see the option to delete or rename. Let's say we want to rename this one. Right-click here, select Rename. To delete, Sheet 5, right-click here, select Delete, and it is gone. You can still open another sheet if the need arises. Now I believe we have learned some Excel basics to start using Excel. So, let's start working on the Excel worksheet. We are to use Excel to create the number of students in my class. Please note that this could be anything. It could be the inventories of your supplies, it could be the sales details, list of customers, purchases, debtors, and creditors. Anything that has figure attached to it. Just anything that involves numbers and may need calculations. I start by giving a title to this worksheet. When I click Cap Lock on the keyboard, it makes whatever I type to be in capital letters. Mater Dei Model School. If you observed, the title spilled over to the next cells. This is not an issue at all. We will take care of it as we progress in this study. Click Enter key to go to the next cell below. I will copy and paste the students' names as typing it will make this tutorial to be unnecessarily long. As I paste the students' names, some also spill over as well. Now, let's enter some text or numbers on the next cell to the right. You notice that the spillover words has disappeared. It is not deleted though. When you click on this first cell and you take a look here on the formula bar, you will see all the texts in the sentence are intact. We can fix this if we want everything to be visible on the spreadsheet. To demonstrate this, let's get some more data so as to illustrate this very well for better understanding. I have copied and pasted some date in the worksheet. Some cells are filled and we have serial number, names, and some selected subjects. Now we fixed the spilling over of some words to fit. There are two methods of doing this. We either reduce the font size till it fits in. Example, biology. We click here to reduce the font size so it can fit well in the cell. Or we click here, hold and stretch the cell to the same length with the word, by putting our cursor here, between the columns. In this case, it is between column E and F. I click, hold, and drag to the right to fit in the word. Now, the word physics has fit in very well without reducing the font. Next, when you click the Enter key on the keyboard, you keep going down the spreadsheet. Anytime you want to go upward the spreadsheet, you hold down the Shift key and click the Enter key, it will go up the spreadsheet. So, click Enter, you go down the spreadsheet, hold Shift key and click Enter, you go up the spreadsheet. When you want to move to the right, use the Tab key. When you want to go to the left, hold the Shift key and click the Tab key. You can use the arrow keys to navigate round the worksheet. Just look at the side the arrow is facing, click on it and it will move that direction. Let's say up, down, left and right. We can as well use the cursor to click any cell we want. Another thing I want us to learn is how to correct any mistake in the cells. Let's say, this Ma James is actually Mary James. You want to make correction for the Ma to be Mary. As we click on the cell once and type, it will delete everything in the cell. To make the correction, I double-click on the cell. Now, I am inside the cell. Now you can see the cursor blinking in the cell. So, we can now make the corrections we want. We now have Mary James. Remember, when you click once on the cell, you are on the cell. If you type anything, you delete what was previously in the cell. When you double-click, you are in the cell, then you can make your correction. Another method you can use to make correction is to click on the cell. Go up to Formula Bar, click where you want to make the correction and correct whatever needs to be corrected. Now let's make our work to look good. First, let's start with the title. The title is on the left side, like every other text. What we have to do is to click on the cell housing what we have written. If you click on a different cell, nothing will be shown on the formula bar. Click on the cell, hold and drag to the end of our data. From Home tab, we go to the Alignment group and click Merge and Center. Now it has merged and centered the title. Click B to bold the title. Click I for italic. Click U to underline if needed. You can increase the font from here. Or you can click the font size drop-down arrow. From here you select the desired font size. To change the color, click here, select any color of your choice. To add to the background color, click on the Fill Color drop-down. Choose any color as your background color. But I will just use no fill. We can see some texts are not fitted in the cells. We go up as I showed before. We can hold and drag to fit, or we double-click to resize the column to fit. You notice that as the cells keeps extending, the title keeps adjusting to the center. Now let's make the heading to be a bit different from the others. We first highlight the heading. We bold, we use italic, underline, change the color. Then color the background. I prefer to use no fill for the background. You might be thinking how I highlighted the heading so fast. Just come to this point. From the row, the number you want to highlight, the cursor will turn to arrow. Click once to highlight all the way to the end of the row. After you have highlighted, choose the function to perform bold, italic, increase font, etc. Formatting Excel worksheet. The look of your worksheet has to do with the formatting choice you made. For example, I want to add some formatting to this data that will make the data appealing and easy to read. We start with the title by making the texts bigger. From Home tab, we go to Font Group, select the font size box. You can type in the exact font size you want in the box, or click the font size drop-down arrow to select your desired size. As you go down the list, the preview will be there for you to decide when to stop. I will use 20 in this tutorial. Another method of increasing or decreasing the font size is to click this Increase or Decrease Font Size button. To change the font, click on the Font box drop-down, scroll to select from the list of fonts provided by Excel. In this tutorial, I will use Arial Black. To add color, click the Font Color drop-down arrow. You can choose from these colors here. If you didn't see any color that you like, click More Colors. A color dialog box will open up. You have two options: Standard or Custom. Standard. From here you just click the color you want and click OK. It will be added to your worksheet. Or use Custom. Use your mouse to move the color selector. As you move your cursor, you notice the color RGB movement here. Once satisfied, click OK. Another way to make your text stand out is to use bold, italic, or underlining. Now the title is standing out, differentiated from others. Now, I am going to add some formatting to the rest of the data. As it is now, we cannot differentiate the headers from other data. To fix this, I highlight the headings, and I want to give the headings a unique fill color. I click on Fill Color drop-down arrow. From the list provided, I choose this one for this tutorial. I go to Font Color, click the drop-down and select this one to change the text color. You can use the cell style to give your data a new look. First, I highlight the section I want to add cell style. From Home tab, I go to Style. Click Cell Style drop-down. I select this one. Another thing is to change the placement and adjustment of the text and numbers, using the options in Alignment group. Outside the left, center, or right alignments, text or numbers can also align to the top, middle, or bottom of the cell. I align the data to the middle and click Center. Now you can see how formatting has given our data a new look from the previous. Now, we shall be learning how to modify columns and rows in Excel. In Excel, every workbook is different. That means you may see the need to modify certain things, like the size and layout of the cells so that it will fit your data better. When we look at the columns, we notice that most texts are cut off, making it hard to read the content. To make the text visible, I put my cursor here, hold and drag to the right, to fit all the texts. The other option is to auto-resize the columns. This will automatically adjust the columns to fit the content of the column. To do this, double-click here and it will auto-fit it once. Now we have perfectly resized columns. As for rows, it is the same thing. You can manually adjust the rows or auto-size them to fit height of the text. To resize all the cells at once. In this example, I want all my rows to be the same height, since I am using the same font and the same font size. To do this, click this Select All button at the top left-hand side of the worksheet, then resize the rows by holding and dragging. This will resize all the rows and make them the same size. It does not matter the row you drag. The same thing is also applicable to the columns. Select all, hold and drag to resize the entire column to the same size at once. Now I want to add another row, and I want the new row to be between row 6 and 7. All you have to do is to highlight the row number 7. From Home tab, go to Cells group. Click Insert to add new row. Now you can type in the new row. The process is the same with adding a new column. Just select the column at the right of the position you want to insert the new column, then click Insert to add a new column. The new column will be inserted automatically to the left of the selected column. To delete a row or column, first highlight the row or column. Click on Delete and it is deleted, causing the row or column to adjust to fill up the gap. There is difference between clearing and deleting. Clearing removes the content, but deleting removes the row or column with everything in it. To clear, highlight the position you want to clear and click Delete. You can also move any row or column to a different position. To move a column, highlight the column you want to move, click Cut in the clipboard group. Highlight the column to the right of where you want the column to be moved. Click Insert drop-down arrow and select Insert Cut Cells. You can also hide columns or rows in Excel. As an example, I want to hide these two columns, as I don't want it visible to everyone accessing this data. I highlight the two columns, right-click, from the menu box, I select Hide. This action will hide the selected columns. To unhide the columns, highlight the columns on both sides of the hidden columns, right-click and select Unhide. Here we shall learn how to create a personal reusable Excel template customized for you alone. Open up your Excel, go to File at the left-hand side. Click New. This will bring you to the Excel home page. From here you decide the type of template you want to personalize. Whether to use blank template to create it or to use Excel pre-made template. If you take a closer look, you notice that both the blank and pre-made templates are under Office. The next thing you see is Personal. In your own Excel homepage, Personal may not be there. As I click on Personal, it opens up to reveal a budget template that I have created. No one else can see this template except you use this computer, as this template is fully domiciled in this computer. Now, I click on it. It has opened up a monthly budget template for my personal use. So how can you go about creating your own personal template? To do this, you can get a template online, use Excel pre-made template or create template from the blank template. I selected from the Excel pre-made template. I made some changes to the template to suit my immediate needs. Then, I save it to become my own personal template. Every month, as I update my budget, it will not affect my workbook. And there will not be any issues of overwriting or deleting any data. To save this worksheet as template in Excel, I go to File, select Save As. Then I double-click on this PC. It opens up as folder for me to save the Excel worksheet as a workbook. Click here on Excel Workbook. Select Excel Template. When you look here, I have one template already. Up here, it is written, Custom Office Template. So, I give the template a name, to differentiate it from the previous one. Then I click Save. To have it saved as an Excel reusable personal template. Up here you see Personal Budget Template. You notice that the template is blank. Change the name to Personal Monthly Budget for March. I type in some amount in the template. Now I am done with the changes. I go up to File, select Save As. Then, I choose where I want to save this worksheet. I select this folder. Rename the template to Personal Budget for March. Save the template as Workbook. So, I close the template. Go to Excel home page. This is the template we just created. I click on it. It has opened up. It opens up as a blank monthly budget template. Not been affected by the changes we made. Now this is the other one, where the changes are saved, as Workbook. You can use such templates to create reoccurring reports that requires an Excel template. Be it monthly, quarterly, or yearly reports. Here, we shall be learning how to add borders, draw borders, and erase borders in Excel. We shall be adding borders to this data. First, highlight the data you want to add border. From Home tab, go to Font Group. Click on Border icon drop down. From here, you select how you want the border to appear. Maybe bottom border, top border, left or right border. In this tutorial, I will select all borders. This will add borders round the data. To add thickness to the outside borders, highlight the data. Click the border icon drop-down arrow, select Thick Outside Borders. Now the outside border is thickened up, but the inside remains the same. You can use double bottom border, thick bottom border. Top and bottom borders, top and thick bottom borders. This largely depends on your current assignment. To draw a border pattern of your choice, click on the border icon drop down, select Draw Border. A pencil icon will come up. To draw, click on the cells you want your border. Note, if you click, hold and drag, it will not draw the border. You have to click on each cell you want the border to be. in order to customize to your choice. When done with border customization, click the Escape key to come out of the pencil icon. If for any reason you want to change the border style, go to Border icon, click the drop-down. Select Line Style. From here you select the line style of your choice. To change the color of the line, go to Border icon drop-down, click More Borders. Click the drop-down arrow under Color. From here you select the best colors of your choice. Also, you can effect any other changes you desire from this dialog box. When you click Outline, the color is now applied to the outline. That means that if you click OK, the color can only be applied to the outside borders. When you click Inside, then the color is now applied to the inside borders as well. When you click None, all the borders will disappear. If you want only the top border, click this one. This one is middle borders, and this one is bottom border. You can add all borders by clicking this one. Since I want border, I will leave it. You can add diagonal line. This is left to right diagonal line, and this one is right to left diagonal line. To remove the diagonal lines, click on their icons. You can increase the weight of the lines by selecting from here. Once you are done, click OK to apply. You can also get to the border dialog box by clicking this More function arrow attached to the number and alignment groups. It will bring you to the same dialog box. Select Border from the headings to bring you to the Border Format Cell dialog box. Let's say you want the border lines to have different colors for whatever reason. Click the border icon drop down, select Line Colors, click the color you want to use, click the cell or cells you want to change the color. We added yellow, now let's add black color. If you want to add borders without first highlighting the range, click the border icon drop down, select Draw Border Grid. The pencil icon will appear with a little box beside it. When you hold down and drag, you can select a grid, and every cell in that range will be put inside border. To erase any border or section, click the border icon drop down, select Erase Border. An eraser icon will come up. Once you click on any border, it will be erased. You can use the eraser to customize your border. Whenever you want to come out of the pencil or eraser icon, use the Escape key. If you no longer need border on any section of the data, highlight the section. Click Border icon drop down. Select No Border. This will remove border from the highlighted section. Here, we are going to learn how to check spellings in Microsoft Excel. We are going to be using this data. Click Review. Select Spelling. A dialog box will open up. In this box are suggested spellings. When you see the right word, click on it, then click Change. When you are done, click Close. Spell check dialog box will pop up. Click OK. You can ignore any word or add the word to your dictionary. You can also use the Change All option. This will change all the words that have the same spelling. You can as well use autocorrect. Autocorrect when select will autocorrect the selected word to the spelling Excel believe it should be. The spell check shortcut is F7. When you click on it, the spell check dialog box will come up. Click autocorrect to correct the words, or use any other of these options. When you are done and want to close the dialog box, a spell check dialog box will come up. Asking if you are good with spelling provided for you. Another method of accessing spell check dialog box is click the Customize Quick Access toolbar. Click on Spelling to add it to the Quick Access menu. Then you can click on the spelling icon to get to the spelling dialog box. Here, we are going to be learning different methods of adding header and footer in an Excel worksheet. The first method, go to View tab, click on the tab. From here you select Page Layout. This will add header and footer to your Excel worksheet. Up here you have the header. As I scroll down, you see the footer here. Both header and footer are divided into 3 sections. You can add anything in the header and footer. Here you can add the page 1. This brings us to the second method of adding header and footer to your Excel worksheet. When you come down here, you see these 3 icons. The first is Normal. The second is Page Layout. The third is Break Preview. Once you click on the page layout, it will automatically add header and footer to your Excel worksheet. From here you can add anything, be it picture or text, to the header or footer. The third method of adding header and footer to your Excel worksheet is to go to Insert tab. From the ribbon, select Text at the right-hand side. Click the drop-down and select Header and Footer. This will also add header and footer to your Excel worksheet. You can add anything to the header and footer as before. So, this is how easy it is to add header and footer to your Excel worksheet. Here, we shall be learning how to insert watermark in Excel. Open up the worksheet you want to insert the watermark. Go to Layout tab and click on it. Go to Background. If the picture is online, click here. And if the picture is offline in your computer system, click Offline. This will open up your computer. From here you select the folder where you saved the image you want to use as watermark. I click on this one and click Insert. This will add the picture to the worksheet as a watermark. As you scroll, you will see that the picture has been inserted in all the pages. No option was given to adjust this type of watermark. The only thing you can do is to change the font color to adapt to the watermark. To remove the picture, I click Delete Background. And it is deleted. The second method is to click Insert tab. Go to Shapes and select any shape of your choice that you want your watermark to get the shape. In this tutorial, I will use an oval. I draw the oval on the worksheet. Right-click on the oval shape. Select Format Shapes. This will open up a pane at the right side. I make sure that I am on this first one. It is called Fill and Line. Click Fill. Select Picture or Texture Fill. Click File below Insert Picture Source. It gives the option of getting picture online or offline. Now I will just click Offline. This will take me to my computer. Click on the picture and click Insert. The picture has been inserted. I move the picture to the position where I want it to be. You can adjust the picture size. From this transparency, you can set the transparency of the picture. This will move the picture to the background as watermark. I go to Format tab, click Shape Outline, select No Outline. Since I have more than one page, I want the watermark in the 2 pages. I copy the watermark, scroll to the second page. Right-click and paste the watermark. I move the watermark to desired position. Next is to add both picture and text as watermark. Now we have opened the worksheet we want to add the watermark. Go to Insert tab. Go to Text at the right-hand side. From the drop-down, select Header and Footer. The header has 3 sections. You can use any one. In this tutorial, I will use the center section. Click the center. Go up to Header and Footer tab. Click on the tab. As it opens up, select Picture. Click Offline. This action has opened up my computer. In this tutorial, I will use this picture. Click the picture and click Insert. Now the picture is visible in the worksheet. The picture is at the top. To reposition it, I click on the center section of the header and footer, where I inserted the picture. I click the Enter key a couple of times to move it down. As I click of the header, the picture has been repositioned. Click on the center section again. As it opens up, go to the ribbon and select Format Picture. Picture Format dialog box will open up. From here I can resize the picture. Then I click Picture. Go to Color, click the drop-down, leave it at Automatic. Increase the brightness, depending on the picture used. Reduce the contrast. Then click OK. The picture has now appeared as a watermark, and it is colored on the worksheet. To add text as watermark to this same worksheet. Remember, we already have a picture watermark on this worksheet. Click the middle section of the header. Click on Picture. Use Backspace key to bring it up a bit. Go up above the picture and type what you want to use as watermark. In this tutorial, I will use Good Mother. Use the Enter key to push both the text and picture down to the middle. Highlight the texts. From Home tab, increase the font size. You can change the font. In this tutorial, I will use Algerian. Now satisfied, I click off the header. The text is on the worksheet, instead of watermark. To make the text appear as a watermark, highlight the text again. To Home tab, select any light color of your choice from up here. As I now click off the header, the text has become a watermark. You can change the color to suit your immediate needs. So, we have learned how to add only picture as watermark, as well as how to add both the text and picture watermark in the same worksheet. Now we are going to be learning about Shrink to Fit, Wrap Text and Line Break in Microsoft Excel. Wrap Text is an option in Excel that helps in making our overflowing data to be fitted in a cell, without reducing the text font or increasing the cell size. This is an overflowing sentence. The first method to use in making the text to fit in one cell is to shrink the size of the text. So, the sentence can fit in the cell. To shrink the text, click on the cell housing the sentence. Right-click. Go to Format Cells. From the opened-up Format Cells dialog box, go to Alignment. Go down to Text Control and select Shrink to Fit. Then click OK. We now can see that the sentences are fitted in the cell. One challenge with this method is that the text becomes too small to read. Though when you adjust the cell to the right side, the text will increase in size. If you don't want to right-click to get to Format Cell dialog box, then use Ctrl+1. This will as well open up Format Cell dialog box. It is the shortcut. From here you select Alignment and then Shrink to Fit. The second method is to use Wrap Text function. Using these sentences as example, I highlight the texts. From Home tab, I go to Alignment Group and select Wrap Text. This function has wrapped the texts into multiple lines within the cell. When you extend the cell to the right, the texts will adjust. The next is to use line break as a means of wrapping texts. Using this sentence as an example to apply line break. I double-click where I want the line to break. Use Alt plus Enter to break the line. If you click only Enter without Alt, it will enter the next cell. Even when you double-click on Enter key, it will take you to the next cell. You must use the Alt key plus Enter key to break the line. You can use Alt plus Enter as many times as you want. The difference between wrap text, shrink to fit and line break is, when you extend the cells. Wrap text and shrink to fit will automatically be adjusted, but in the line break, the text remains to the left side of the cell. If the texts you enter in the cells always overflow, and you want the texts to wrap each time it overflows, all you have to do is to highlight the columns or rows you want to apply the wrap text function. From Home tab, go to Wrap Text and click on it and then click Save. So, anytime you enter any overflowing texts or sentences, it will auto-wrap the texts. Now, we are going to learn how to utilize Find and Replace in Excel. And we are going to be using this data for this tutorial. You have this large list of names. Finding names within the list becomes very difficult. So, we want to find every instance of the names in the list. If you are looking for a data in a particular column, just highlight the column before using Find and Replace. And if you are looking for a name in the entire data, just click anywhere within the data before using Find and Replace. To find, I go from Home tab to Editing Group. Click Find drop-down. Or use Ctrl plus F to do the same thing. So, I highlight this entire column. Type any name here. Select Find All. It will take me to the one at the top most of the data. As I keep clicking on Find Next, it will keep taking me to the other cells that contains the name or something similar, one at a time. Now to use Replace. You notice that as I click here on Replace, the last search I did is still in there. To continue, I delete it. Now, I type a name here and under, I type what I am going to replace it with. When I click Option, you notice here that I am searching within the sheet, searching by rows and within formulas. I didn't select Match Case, so the Find and Replace will not be case sensitive. I click Replace All, it has made 10 replacements. Here you see that Sophie has been replaced with Sophia. Having done with my replacements, I click Close. If you want to replace one at a time, type the name, put what you want to replace it with, keep clicking Replace in the dialog box until you are done. If you want to skip the next instance without replacing it, click Find Next. Now you have known how to use Find and Replace in Excel. In this section, we are going to be talking about how to quickly enter today's date and time in Microsoft Excel. If you want the current date to be displayed in a particular data anytime you open the data, all you have to do is to type =, today, open and close bracket, then click Enter. Anytime you open the data, it will show the date of that day. In this tutorial, I have this list of products and date of sales. I don't want the date to change any time I open the data. That is if you want to keep the exact date and time of your sales, irrespective of the day or month you open the data. So, if any time sales are made, I have to enter the date manually. This will actually be time consuming. If you have many sales in a day, the quickest method of doing this is to go to the cell you want to add the date, click Ctrl plus semicolon, this add will the current date to the selected cell. Let's say you want to also for accuracy purpose add the current time. Click Ctrl plus Shift plus semicolon. This will add the time to the selected cell. Adding the date and time in this method will make the date and time not to change irrespective of the date or time you open the data, even after weeks or months. It will not change or update. In this section of this tutorial, we are going to be learning how to create a table in Excel. We begin by adding a title. Product Sales. Below the title, we add the headings: serial number, products, quantity, and amount. We adjust the cells to fit the content in it. We center the title. From Home tab, select Merge and Center. Next, add color to the title text. Click Font Color and select your choice. Add fill color to the headings. Click Fill Color, select your choice, click on it to add. You can change the font color as well if you desire. Highlight the title and headers. Click B to bold the texts. Under serial number, I add numbers 1 to 10. At the end of the numbers, we add total. That is if you want to total the result. To add a border, highlight the cells that have data in it. Click on the border icon drop-down and select all borders. We fill the total row with the same color as the headings. Add a currency symbol. When we put in figure, it will show. I highlight the amount column. Go to number and click on dollar currency symbol. I type the products and their quantities. Put amount for each product. Here we are going to learn different methods of using filter in Microsoft Excel. We have this large list that contains product numbers, products, sales employee, city and sales, etc. To make this easy, we want to apply filter so we can locate any employee or city easily. There are 3 methods of applying filter in Excel. The first is to click Data tab and select Filter from Sort and Filter group. The second is to click Home tab, from Editing group, click Sort and Filter drop-down, then select Filter. The last is to use the shortcut. Click Ctrl plus Shift plus L. When filter is applied, you notice the arrow attached to each heading in the list. When you click the arrow, you have several options from the drop-down. We have clicked the arrow beside city. Now here we have all the cities we made sale within the period. If you want to view a particular city, we click Select All to unselect all. Then we click the city we want to have the details. This tutorial, it is New York City. Then click OK. We now have only sale from New York. If you want to have all the data back, click the city drop-down arrow, click Select All and click OK. Now we haul all the data again. If you want to have the sales of a particular employee in New York, click City drop-down arrow, unselect all. Select New York. Click Sales Employees drop-down arrow, we select Sophie. Now, we have only the sales made by Sophie in New York. To get back to all the data, I click here, select all. Click on City and select all. We have all the data back. We want to know the employees that have over 20,000 and above sales. Click Sales drop-down. Select Number filter. Select Greater Than. Custom Autofilter dialog box will come up. We put in the value we want to have. In this tutorial, 20,000. Click OK. Here we have employees with over 20,000. We select all to get all the data. Another method is to click the Sales Employees drop-down arrow, select all, then search for the employees you are looking for. In this tutorial, Sophie. The name has come up but is already ticked. You click OK to get the details. I select all to go back to the total data. You can also click the city you want to have the details of sales. Right-click on it. Select Filter. As it expands, select Filter by selected cell's value. It will filter based on the cell's value. Select all and click OK to get all the data. In this data, we have different font colors, as well as different fill colors. We have green, yellow, blue, etc. to filter by color. Right-click on the color you want to filter, here it will be green. Select Filter from the list. As it expands, select Filter by cell's font color. We now have the cells with green font color. If we want to filter based on fill color, here we use red. Right-click on the fill color you want to filter. Select Filter. As it expands, click Filter by selected cell's color. Red fill color is filtered out. You can add filter in your Quick Access toolbar. Click on Customize Quick Access toolbar up here. Select More commands. Click Popular Command drop-down. Select all commands. Scroll down and select Autofilter. Click Add. Click OK. It is added to the Quick Access toolbar. This tutorial will guide you through easy steps to add symbols in Excel. Beside numbers and texts, you will learn how to use variety of symbols. There is more than one way to follow to insert symbols in Excel. First, select the cell you want to add the symbol. Click Insert tab. Go to Symbol Group. Select Symbol. You see a dialog box with numerous symbols to choose from. If you feel lost, click this drop-down arrow. It will help you in searching the groups of symbols. If you cannot find the symbols you are looking for here, go to the left-hand side and click this drop-down. Here you can choose from many font and symbols. From here, you can see many symbols. Here you can also see ticks and marks. Let's insert this symbol in this cell. Select the symbol and click Insert. The symbol is inserted in the cell. Close the dialog box. You can insert any other symbols within this group the same way. Open the symbol dialog box, select the symbol you want to insert and click Insert. You can change the color of the symbols by highlighting the symbol. Go to Home tab, Font Group, Font Color, choose your color to add it to the symbol. To add more symbols, simply repeat the steps we just did. Now, we are going to learn how to add currency symbols and other symbols that not in the ones already discussed, example kg, liter, etc. We will be using this Excel worksheet for this section. To add kg, that kilogram to this column, I highlight the section of the column I want to add the kg. Right-click. Select Format Cell. A Format Cell dialog box will come up, making sure that I selected number from the headings. I click Custom. Delete General. Type 0, invited comma, put space, type kg, invited comma. Click OK. kg is now added to the selected section of the column. Here, I want to add liters to the numbers. I highlight the section of the column that contains the numbers I want to add liters symbol. From Home tab, I go to Number Group. Click the More function arrow here, making sure iNumber is selected. Click Custom. Delete General. Type invited comma, type in the symbol of liters, type invited comma again, put space and type 0. Then I click OK. The liter symbol has appeared before all the numbers in the selected cells. I want to add pieces symbol in front of the numbers in this column. I highlight the numbers. Right-click. Select Format Cells. Number. I select Custom. Delete General. I type in 0, invited comma, put space, add symbol of pieces, put invited comma again. Click OK. I want to add currency symbols to this column with unit price. I highlight the section I want to add the symbol. Go to Number Group, click More function arrow. From the dialog box, select Currency. By default, it is dollar symbol. In this tutorial, I will be using Igbo Nigeria Naira symbol. Choose EBO. Making sure it is 2 decimal points. I click OK. It has added the Naira symbol to the selected cells. Now, I want to add a currency symbol that is not listed in the currency of Excel. I highlight. Click on Number More function arrow. Making sure I am in number. Select Custom. Delete General. Type invited comma, I put in the symbol. In this tutorial, RS, put a full stop or dot. Type invited comma again. Give space and type 0. Then, OK. The Indian rupees symbol has been added to the selected cells. Here, I want to get the total with the currency symbol. Right-click, select Format Cells. Select Currency. Click the Currency drop-down. Scroll and select the EBO Naira. Click on it and click OK. As I put equals sign, click this cell, type asterisk, click this one. Click Enter. We have gotten the answer with a Naira currency symbol. Click the answer. Put your cursor here and double-click. Now we have all the totals, with currency symbol attached to it. To get the total kg, put equal sign, sum, open bracket. Click on the first cell that contains kg values, hold and drag to the end. Put a close bracket and click Enter. We now have the total kg. To get the total sum for the unit price, type equals sign, sum, open bracket. Click on the first cell that contains currency value, drag to the end. Put a close bracket and click Enter. To get the total liter, equals sign, sum, open bracket. Click and drag to the end. Close bracket, Enter. The same thing applies to the rupees in pieces. Home tab. In this section of the tutorial, we shall be learning about Excel Home tab and its ribbon. Out of all the tabs, the Home tab is considered the most important tab, because, when you go to the ribbon, Excel placed the most frequently used tools in this ribbon. Some of the tools and features in Home tab are also in some other tabs and ribbons. We start with the Clipboard group. Here you find all you need to copy, cut, and paste data in Excel. This first one is Cut. When you click on a cell or selected range, click Cut. This will remove the item from that place, then go to where you want to paste it, click on a cell, then click Paste. This will remove the data from its original position to a new position. The next is Copy. When you click on a cell or selected range, click Copy, go to the place you want to paste it and click Paste. This will duplicate the data to as many places as you want. You can also click the drop-down arrow and copy selected data as a picture. A dialog box will come up. Then you can paste his picture. Paste is not just that simple. After all, we can use Ctrl+V to paste. When you click the drop down, you can choose other forms of pasting, such as Paste Special. So, I click the cell, click Copy. When I click Paste drop down arrow, then you look at all the options we have. We have Normal Paste, Paste Formula. This helps when you want to copy only the formula in a cell. Also, we have Paste Formula and Number Formatting. Here we have Paste Value. Down here we have other paste options, that includes Formatting, Past Link, Picture and Linked Picture. Finally, we have Paste Special down here as well. Format Painter. The Format Painter helps you to apply the look of a section in Excel to other contents in the worksheet. Example, I apply color fill to this cell, as well as use a different font on it. Click on the cell, click Format Painter. Once I click on any other cell, it will apply the look to that cell. But the content of the cell will not be affected. You can only do this once. If you want to apply the look multiple times, when you click the cell you want to copy the look, double-click on Format Painter. Then you can apply the look as many times as you want. The next is Clipboard More Function arrow. When select a cell or range, click Copy, it will be added to the clipboard. If you want to paste, click the cell you want to paste it. From the drop-down select Paste. If you want to delete any of the copied items, click the drop-down and select Delete. If you want to delete all copied items, select Clear All. We have the Option button down here. From here you can make any other additional changes. The next is Font Group. The first icon is Font. From here you select font or fonts for your data. Click the drop-down to select your desired font. Next is Font Size. Click the drop-down to select font size to use. Another method is to type in the size you want. Or, use these icons that have alphabet A in it. The small size A reduces the font size. The big A increases the font size. The next is B, that B means bold. When you highlight any cell or range and click B, it will bold that section of the worksheet. I is for italic. When clicked upon, applies italic to a cell or selected range. U stands for underline. When you click the icon, it will underline a cell or a selected range. When you click the drop-down, you have the option of using double underlines. Next is border icon. From the drop-down, you select if you want to use bottom border, top border, left or right border. You can also use all borders or no border. You can draw border or erase part of the border. When you click More Border, it will take you to Format Cell dialog box. From here you can make additional changes to the borders. Fill color. This will apply fill color background to a cell or selected range. Click the drop-down to select the fill color you want as background. When your choice is not there, click More Colors to have access to more colors. Font color. This will apply font color to the content of a cell or selected range. Click the drop-down for more colors. If what you are looking for is not here, click More Colors to get more colors to use. More function arrow will open a Format Cell dialog box. There are other headings. As you can remember, when we click More Borders, it brought us here, selecting Border. Now I will be dwelling on font, as we will get to the others later. From the dialog box you select font. You can use bold, italic, increase or decrease font size. Use strike-through, superscript or subscript. Alignment group. Here we have the data positions. To alignment, middle alignment, and bottom alignment. We also have left alignment, center alignment, and right alignment. Up here, the icon with AB is orientation. When you click the drop-down, you can select how you want the content of a cell or range to position. I highlight the heading, click drop-down. Angle anti-clockwise, vertical text, rotate up, rotate down. Wrap text. This will fold your overlapping contents in one cell. Decrease indent will indent the content of a selected cell or range to the left. Increase indent will indent the content of a selected cell or range to the right. Merge and center will merge a selected range into one big cell and center the content if it has any. If it doesn't have, whatever you type in the cell, it will be centered. When you click the drop-down, you have other options like merge across, merge cells and unmerge cells. When you click Alignment More Function drop-down, you have the option of using Shrink to Fit, and you can also set the degree of the orientation. Number group. General allows you to use the data with no specific format. Click the drop-down. From here you select any type of formatting you want to apply. Currency will add currency symbol to the selected range or cell. Short date will format numbers into short date. Long date will format numbers into long date. Dollar, when clicked upon, will add dollar symbol to selected cell or range. Click the drop-down. From here you can select other currencies like pounds, euro, or yen. Percentage will add percentage symbol to select number in a cell or range. Comma will add comma to numbers in selected cell or range. This will increase decimal places and this will reduce decimal places. Number More function will open our usual format cells dialog box, but this time it will be in number. From here you choose the specific action you want to perform. Style group. Conditional formatting. When you click the drop-down, you can use the highlight rule. Highlight a section. Extend the highlight rule. Select if you want to use greater than, less than, between, etc. In this tutorial I will click greater than. A dialog box will come up. I put 1200. Then click OK. You can also use top/bottom rule, data bar, color scale, or icon scale. You may add a new rule or clear added rules. Format table. You have the option of selecting from many table styles. When you click any one, a dialog box will come up asking if the table has headers. Click OK to create table. Cell style. This will give you so many colorful cell styles to choose from. Highlight the cell or range you want to apply the color. Click the drop down. When you move over any style, you will have the preview of what the style is like. Cells group. Insert when clicked upon will insert a cell for you at the selected position and move other cells down. When you click the drop down, you have the option to insert a row, a column, and even a new worksheet. Delete. When you click on delete, when you click delete drop down, you have the option to delete a row, a column, or a worksheet. Format. When you click the drop down, you can choose to format the height of a selected row. Or you can auto-fit the row height. You can also format the column width. Or use auto-fit column width. You can hide a row, column, or a sheet. To hide column, highlight and select Hide. To unhide, and select Unhide. To hide row, highlight and select Hide. To unhide, select Unhide. To hide a sheet, click Hide Sheet. You can also protect a sheet, lock sheet, and so on. Editing group. Auto sum. This when clicked upon will auto sum the number in a range. Click Auto Sum drop down to use average. Count number, max and min. Fill will continue a series or pattern into neighboring cells in any direction. When you click the drop down, you have fill down, fill right, fill up and fill left. Clear. When you click the drop down, clear everything, borders, contents, formatting, etc. Clear formatting will only remove the formatting and leave the contents. You can also use clear content, clear comment, and clear hyperlink. Sort and filter. You can sort from A to Z and from Z to A. Custom will help you to sort based on your headings. Filter will add drop down to the headings. From the drop-down you can select the exact content you are looking for. Example. Click this arrow, unselect, then I select this one. Find and select. When you click the drop-down, you have the option to use Find. A dialog box will come up. Type what you are looking for. Click Find All or Find Next. If it is more than one place, keep clicking Find Next to get to others. Replace will replace the content of a cell with a new content you typed. We also have go to special, formulas, and comments, etc. Here we are going to be learning about some of the basic most useful Excel formulas you need to know to work effectively and efficiently with Microsoft Excel. These are your everyday formulas, always used for documenting of business sales. We have this data, I made it simple, so everyone could understand. Sum. This means to sum up figures or numbers in Excel. Put equals sign. You can manually use plus sign to add up these numbers. 4-3. Click Enter. Just like normal mathematics we do with pen in the house for children. But the downside is that, if the numbers becomes too many, it may take a lot of time to put plus in numbers. Another method of doing this is to use cell numbers. Put equals sign. Click cell C3 plus D3. Click Enter. Or use the sum formula. Put equals sign. Type sum, open bracket, highlight the cells you want to sum up, close bracket, and click Enter. Subtraction. Put equals sign. 10 minus 7. Click Enter. Or put equals sign. Click cell C4 minus cell D4. Click Enter. Division. Put equals sign. 8/4. Click Enter. Or equals sign. C5/cell D5. Click Enter. Multiplication. Equals 8, put asterisk 12. Enter. Or equals cell C6, asterisk, cell D6, click Enter. AutoSum. Equals sign. Sum. Open bracket, highlight the needed cells. Close bracket, click Enter. Put your cursor here, hold and drag to AutoSum up the others. Or click here, click Alt plus equals sign to AutoSum the values. Or put your cursor here. Click this AutoSum icon. Average. Put equals sign. Average, open bracket, highlight the range you are looking for the average, close bracket, click Enter. Median. Median gives the value that is in the middle of the selected numbers. Put equals sign. Median, open bracket, highlight the range you want to get the middle number value, close bracket, enter. Min is used to get the minimum number within a range. Put equal sign, min, open bracket, highlight your range, close bracket, click enter. Max, this is the opposite of min, it gives the maximum number within a range. Put equal sign. Max, open bracket, highlight your range, close bracket, click enter. Count A. The formula will count all the cells that have value in it, be it numbers, text, or symbols. It will recognize the cell, provided there is a value attached to the cell. Put equals, type count A, open bracket, highlight the range, close bracket. Click enter. It returns 16. This is because 10 cells have numbers, 3 cells have text, and 3 cells have symbols. Count. This only recognizes the cells that contains number value in it. Put equals, type count, open bracket, highlight the range, close bracket. Click enter. Now, we have 10 as the answer. This is because only 10 cells contain number value within the highlighted area of the worksheet. If we type in another text, count will increase, but count remains the same. But, as we add number, both count A and count will increase in number. Concatenate. This simply means adding the value of 2 or more cells together in one cell. We want to put these names together in this cell. Andrew, Clement, and Sophie. Put equal sign, type concatenate, open bracket, click the first cell that contains the value we want to put together. Type double quotation mark, space, double quotation mark, click the next cell that contains the value you want to add. Put double quotation mark, put space, double quotation mark, click the next cell that you want to add, close bracket, click enter. It has concatenated the 3 names in this cell. If. This gives a logical answer, based on a selected cell. Let's say we type in happiness in this cell. Now we come to this cell and put equal sign. Type if, open bracket, select the cell we want to use the value, put equals, double quotation mark, type happiness, double quotation mark, comma, double quotation mark, yes, double quotation mark, comma, double quotation mark, no, double quotation mark, close bracket, click enter. Yes appeared here, because happiness is what is in the selected cell. If I type in sad in the cell, you have no as the output. Count if. This formula will count the cell that have the value we are looking for in it. I am using this table. Put equal sign, type COUNTIF, open bracket. Highlight the range, put comma. We want to know how many times the word T appeared in this table. I click the nearest cell that contains T as text in it. Close bracket. Click Enter. COUNTIF has shown that the word T appeared in 6 places in the table. SUMIF. This will give you the total number or value associated with a selected data. We shall be using this table. Put equal sign, type SUMIF, open bracket, highlight the range, put comma. Select the data you want the total value. Put comma, highlight the range, you want to get the total value of the selected data. Close bracket, click Enter. Now we have this as the returned answer. This is because we have T in 6 places and the total value of the T's put together is 280. Here, you will learn the most useful Excel shortcut keys. These shortcut keys are very useful to your everyday Microsoft Excel usage. The first is Ctrl+A, this will highlight the entire worksheet. If it has a table, it will select only the table. To get the other data outside the table, click it twice to select the entire worksheet. Ctrl+T, this will turn the selected area of your worksheet to a table, whether it contains data or not. Highlight a section or range. Click Ctrl+T. A dialog box will come up asking if the table have headers. Click OK for Excel to create a table for you. Ctrl+C, this will copy the content of the highlighted area of the worksheet. Ctrl+V. This will paste whatever you copied into any other selected cell or worksheet. Ctrl+S. This will save the worksheet for you. But if you are saving the worksheet for the first time, a dialog box will come up asking you to give your worksheet a name and select the folder you want to save the worksheet. Ctrl+P, this will take you to the print page with the print preview. From here you select to print, the number of pages to print and other settings that suits your immediate needs. Ctrl+ spacebar. This will highlight an entire column. When you click on any column, use Ctrl+ spacebar to highlight the entire column. Ctrl+B. This will bold the highlighted area of your worksheet. Using the selected column as example, Ctrl+B, it has bolded the selected section of the column. Shift+ spacebar. This will highlight the entire row. Ctrl+Shift+ down arrow. This will highlight the entire column to the bottom of the data. Ctrl+Shift+ right arrow. This will highlight the data to the right. Alt+F1. This will create a chart from the highlighted section of your worksheet. From here you can change the style and format the chart. Control plus Shift plus, this will add a new row or column to your worksheet. Highlight where you want to add the new row. Click Control plus Shift plus to add the new row. To add a new column, highlight the column to the right of where you want to add the new column. Click Control plus Shift plus. Alt plus equals sign. This will give you the sum total of the numbers in a range. Control plus up arrow. This will take you to the top of the current worksheet column. Control plus down arrow. This will take you to the last cell. Control plus 0. This will hide selected column or columns. Alt plus F opens the File tab menu. Alt plus H, this will take you to Home tab. Alt plus N, this will open the Insert tab. Alt plus P, this will open the Page Layout tab. Alt plus M, this will take you to Formula tab. Alt plus A. This goes to Data tab. Alt plus R will take you to Review tab. Alt plus W will open the View tab. Alt plus Y will take you to Help tab. Control plus Tab will switch between opened worksheet. Shift plus F3 will open up the Insert function dialog box. From here you select the function you want to perform. Alt plus F8 will open the macro dialog box. From here you create, run, edit, or delete a macro. Control plus F1 will show or hide the ribbon. Control plus F2 will take you to Print Preview. Control plus F3 will bring the Name Manager dialog box. Control plus F will bring the Find and Replace dialog box. Control plus F4 will close the Excel worksheet. And if you have not saved your works, will bring the Save Document dialog box. Control plus F5 will reduce the size of the current opened worksheet. Control plus F6. This will switch to the previous worksheet if you have multiple opened worksheets. Control plus F9 will minimize the currently opened worksheet. Control plus F10 will maximize a selected worksheet. Tab. This will move you to the next cell right. Shift plus Tab. This will move you to the next cell left. F2 will edit the cell. Shift plus F2 will add or edit a cell comment. Ctrl plus X will cut the content of a cell, selected cells, or range. Ctrl plus I will add or remove italic to the content of a cell or a selected range. Ctrl plus H will open Find and Replace dialog box. Ctrl plus 9 will hide the selected row. It will also hide a complete worksheet. Ctrl plus Z will undo. Ctrl plus U will underline a cell, range, or selected data. Ctrl plus 1 will open Format Cell dialog box. Ctrl plus Shift plus $sign will format selected numbers in currency symbol by adding $symbol to the numbers in a cell, selected data, or range. Ctrl plus Shift plus percentage will add percentage symbol. Ctrl plus Shift plus hashtag will add date format to a cell or selected range. Ctrl plus Shift plus exclamation mark will add comma format to number in a cell or selected range. Ctrl plus exclamation mark will open Format Cell dialog box. So, I hope you have gotten some values from this beginner's Excel training. If you did, please give this video a like. Subscribe to this channel. Click the bell icon, so YouTube will notify you once I drop a new video. Do share this training video with family and friends. Have a great day.